Hey YouTube, my name is Shakeya, and this will be my very first entry into my my video diary, journal, vlog. I've watched several of them on YouTube, and it was just, kind of inspired by it. I kind of wanted to do it when I was TTCing, but I just think it was a lot to try and do it when I was going through so many different emotions and things like that. So I wasn't too comfortable with doing TTC vlogs. Cycles were all over the place. It went from me having like a regular 28-day cycle to, it was going to 34 days, 35 days. One time it was like 38 days, and I just got to the point to where I gave up. And when I gave up is when it happened, because I was totally not expecting it. The month that it did happen, I was just totally not expected. I think we baby danced twice that month, and when I actually looked back, whether it was a 28-day cycle or I think that month it probably would have been like, well, the month before was like a 35-day cycle. Either one, the 2 days that I baby danced on would have been ovulation days for either one of those cycles. So that was kind of interesting and exciting, so I just felt like, that was the month. I did have a little bit of a scare in the beginning, because when I found out, I had some spotting, and I know that it's normal, but when there was like a little bit of tissue mixed in with the blood, it kind of freaked me out, and my mom ended up taking me to the emergency room. The doctor there was a complete whack job. Went through all this stuff, went through like them doing the blood work, went in for the ultrasound, the tech, she was asking me, they kept asking me, how far along I was, and I'm like, well, based off my last menstrual, and then I put it into the, what is it, it's About Baby, the one that gives you like your weeks and it breaks it down, and I have an app on my phone that also tells you, and everything was saying that I should have been at that time around like 6 weeks and stuff like that. So when I went in, she's like, well, who told you were 6 weeks? And I'm like, well, I'm just going off of my last menstrual cycle. And so she's like, oh. And I'm like, oh? What do you mean, oh? And she's just like, oh, no, it's just that your gestational sac is measuring at like 5 weeks or whatever. Because at first they tried to do it on top, and they couldn't find anything, so she ended up doing it transvaginally, and that's when she at least saw the sac. And she was saying it was measuring like 5 weeks or so. So she made it seem like everything was, fine, cool, whatever. And once the doctor finally came in to, let me know what was on the ultrasound and stuff like that, he kind of freaked me out. And I think what made him make the call that he did was, when I went in there, I was kind of freaking out, because I was telling him, I may end up being high risk, because I'm a veteran, and I went to the VA hospital a while back. They said I had the marker for lupus and things like that. So that's something that kind of freaked me out with it. They thought that may have been the cause of miscarriages I had, like years and years ago, because I've had several miscarriages. So they said that may have been the cause with the whole lupus thing. So of course it was a concern for me. And when I went there, I think he just went off of that. And when he came in, he told me that it was measuring at 5 weeks or so, something like that, but it was empty. So on there, he was like, it's a black ovum. He came in. He had me and my mom just bawling, just crying, because he's like, the baby stopped developing. There was nothing there. It was empty. It could have been a number of things, whatever. But, he just kind of just gave me no hope whatsoever. And then there was a nurse. When I tell you, she was amazing. Like, just even watching her with all the other patients and stuff in the emergency room, she is like the greatest bedside nurse. I'm not delivering at that particular hospital. However, if I was, like, I wish she could be my nurse. Like, just come out of the emergency room, come upstairs. I kind of wish I could take her to my hospital to be my nurse, my bedside nurse when I deliver. She is amazing. And right before we left, she gave me my results. And like, normally we don't do this. She's like, I just want you to take this. These are your HCG levels. She's like, get with it. Because at the time I didn't have a doctor, because I just found out, and there's like a lot of logistics with the military and being a veteran and trying to find a doctor, like all this stuff, so they do referrals and stuff. So she's just like, take this to your doctor. When you get the doctor, you find a doctor, take this to your doctor, have him run another HCG count. Within about 2 days or so, it should double, and all this different stuff. So I finally found a doctor. The doctor didn't do an HCG test, so she did like just a regular pregnancy test. Of course, that was still coming back positive, and she did ultrasound as well. Of course, at that time, you know, I think that was maybe, let's see, I went to the doctor on I want to say a Thursday or Friday or something like that. Went to the emergency room, and I think by the time I finally got to the doctor, it was like a Tuesday. Actually, yeah, I know it was a Tuesday because now all my appointments seem to fall like every 4 weeks on a Tuesday. So by the time I finally got to them, she measured, I think at that point I should have been about 6 weeks, 2 days. They really still didn't see that's what he said. They didn't see a fetal pole. So they still didn't really see a fetal pole, but she was like, everything there looked fine. She saw the gestation sac, she saw the yolk sac, you know, she saw no cause for alarm because the sac itself wasn't, you know, it wasn't disfigured or didn't seem like it was hanging, like it was about to come disattached from my uterine wall. Sorry, I keep looking out. I'm supposed to be going to a football game tonight, but it's raining, so I'm waiting for them to come get me to go to a football game. So what was I at? Oh, God. Oh, so she's like, you know, there was no cause for alarm. You know, she was like, okay, come back in 2 weeks. By that time, I was been 8 weeks. And they came in, you know, when we first had her, my mom was there, my boyfriend was there. And my mom was kind of scared because she first, you know, went to go put it in. You didn't really see anything at first. And then my mom finally saw it, and she saw, like, the head and stuff and saw the heart beating and stuff like that. I may, at this point, you know, add it into, so it may be there, it may be not, depending on how I can edit this crazy thing. I'll show you the pictures and the video I took on my phone when we saw the heartbeat. I gotta take the, there it is.
Remember the top one? The top thing is the yolk sac. Hold on, there.
Oh, this is a little heartbeat.
You recording?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna be a grandmama.
So there's the heartbeat.
Okay. So that was like really, really exciting, and it was just like amazing to see the heartbeat, and I wanted to go and straight strangle that doctor, yet hug the nurse. And me and my mom, we took her some flowers and a card and just said thank you for, you know, giving us that hope, because that doctor wanted us to go right then and there, get a DNC. He was like, there was no hope, the baby was gone, I should just get a DNC and not let it just fester inside my body. So he was ready to just take my baby away. So that was like a really great feeling. I go back on next Tuesday, and I'll end up being like 12 weeks and 2 days, so right before Thanksgiving. So that'll be good to kind of, you know, see the baby again. And then also next Tuesday, because I am considered high risk because I've had miscarriages and then the threat of lupus, I also have to have the scan that tests like the water in the back of the neck, and it's like a extensive scan for preliminary thing for birth defects and stuff like that, which they have to do before 13 weeks before the skin gets so thick it's not transparent, they can't see through it anymore. So that's, you know, a non-invasive way of being able to kind of determine or give you, kind of let you know whether or not there's a potential for birth defects instead of doing amniocentesis. So I'm looking forward to that next week. Other than that, you know, nothing really much going on. I mean, my boobs hurt like crap. They've hurt from day one. That should have been one of the signs. I am extremely exhausted. Exhausted does not begin to describe what I am. It's like I can literally sleep all day. One weekend, I literally slept like for 48 hours straight. Like, I think I got up to use the bathroom, to maybe eat, and that was it. At first it was kind of like, I couldn't really keep anything down, so I was losing weight like crazy. From the time that I found out, and I think when I was in like a 2-week period, I think I lost like 8 pounds. So I was losing weight in the beginning. It's kind of tapered off now, even though I still really can't eat, and I'm throwing up now. I used to always joke with my best friend and say, oh, I'm having a boring pregnancy. Like, other than like my boobs hurting, like, I don't really feel anything. It's like, whatever. Now, oh my goodness, I throw up at least twice a day. I mean, but I'm queasy like the entire day. I get bad headaches. So it's getting kind of crazy right now. I'm hoping and praying that at the end of the first trimester that all this foolishness is over with. And like, I'm like in the percentile that this only lasts like crazy like this for the first trimester until you hit the end. So I'm just hoping, because it is really hard, especially at work, and where I work. Some days I work long hours. When we have basketball games, I work long hours, and it gets really, really hard. I mean, so other than that, I mean, nothing really, exciting or anything to really update on now. I do plan on doing the IntelliGender. At first, I was like, I don't want to find out the sex until I was crazy. I know. When I say this, you're going to be like, what? I was like, I didn't want to find out the sex until I was like 24 weeks or something like that. Like, I didn't want to find out like at the very first opportunity, because I think my mom will go crazy. Once my mom knows what the sex is, this is her first grandchild, and she's going to go crazy when it comes to shopping. So I was like, no, I'm going to hold off to try and keep my mom from shopping. But I'm like, it doesn't matter, because if I find out now or I wait later, it's just, at least now it's just a little bit of stuff here and there compared to wait till later, and then she just goes out and just buys up everything. So I was like, man, whatever. And then now I'm just kind of getting antsy. Like, I really am starting to get antsy about wanting to know what it is. It's like the different myths. Like, it's like I have half, boy symptoms for, as far as gender, and then half girls according to like all the different stuff. So I said I'm going to do the IntelliGender. I will go ahead and post a video for that when I do it. Most likely I'll probably do it on Saturday, because I have to work tomorrow, long day. So most likely I'll probably do it on Saturday, which probably won't make the hubby very happy, because I hear that you have to wait for, like, you can't have sex within 48 hours. So that's probably not going to make him very happy. But I want to do that. Everyone says, they always say they want, just a happy, healthy baby. I do, but deep down I know I want a girl, because there's like so many things that I saw when my god sister had her baby, like for girls, like they're just super adorable, and I really want to get them. I already know a name for a girl. Boy names are kind of, iffy. So I'm hoping for a girl. And we both have a lot of boys, like on both sides of our family. I think the youngest girl on my side is 7. And the youngest girl on his side of the family is 6. But we have little boys that are like 3 and 5. His brother had twins and stuff like that. So there are a lot of, they've had a lot of boys on both sides. So I'm really hoping for a girl. But of course, like any parent, I'll love it, either way it goes, whichever sex it is. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to update. I don't really have a baby bump. If I show you now, it's not really going to show you anything, because I just ate. So I think it's more just me being greedy and being full and being bloated than an actual baby bump. So I'll probably start that after. I'll probably do that but not my next video, because that should be IntelliGender. So like my next doctor's update and like my real update video is when I'll probably start doing the belly shots. Because I feel like maybe you'll see more, and make sure I don't eat before I do a video to where I'm like completely bloated. So I think that's pretty much it. I mean, comment, rate, subscribe. I look forward to hearing from you all, hearing what you all have to say. Oh, by the way, almost forgot. I am due June 5th. But my birthday is May 30th. It has always been my thought, my goal, my hope, everyone to say that I would have my first child before the age of 30. So I have this thing with my doctor, and I told her, if this baby is not here by like May 28th, I want to be induced on May 29th. Like, I don't care if this baby comes at 11:59 p.m. on May 29th, as long as it's before the clock strikes 12 and I'm officially 30. So it's like, that's like, I'll be right at 39 weeks. I think my 39th week starts on the 29th. So I'll be happy with that. I'm like, if I can drop this baby to where it's like baby birthday, my birthday, hey, I'm cool with that. But I really, really want to have the baby before I'm 30. So that's like my whole thing. It's like, and I'm like really serious with my thoughts. I feel like I am so serious. I'm like, it may sound like I'm joking because I'm laughing, but I'm really serious that I want this baby here before I'm 30. So if this baby's in here like May 27th, 28th, we going to the hospital and we're getting induced. So, some people don't like that, don't agree with that, but yeah, I think this baby doesn't choose his own birth date, I'm going to choose it for him. I'm going to make the decision starting from the delivery. But yeah, so that's all I have for now. So talk to you all soon.